first. Let me have a drink of water. I'm nervous. This is my first time.
Me too.
Well, Marty might have had the best line I've heard in a while when he came in and he said, oh, there's only 2 more unbalanced people. I thought that was pretty good. So what statistics tell us is that 1 in 4 Americans over the age of 65 will suffer a fall. Once you fall, then you're 50% more likely to fall again. And falls, the most falls, over 80%, occur in the home. Most of those falls occur in the bathroom. And so what we want to do is we're going to try to prevent those falls, because falls are not a natural part of aging. So I'll give you some stats. In fact, in 2016, there were over $50 billion in healthcare costs related to fall-related injuries.
Wow.
Medicare and Medicaid covered 2/3 of those costs. 10,000 Americans turn 65 every day, right? That trend is going to continue through 2030. So think about that, right? This is going to eventually, it already has, whether you believe it or not, there was legislation that was trying to be passed that was going to allot funding for more healthcare workers, particularly in-home healthcare workers, because we are already at a massive shortage. So this is going to continue to grow as a problem. And to highlight an issue going on right now, my wife works in the hospital, my daughter works in the hospital, she's a nurse. We have a severe shortage of nurses right now in Collier County, and it's getting worse because of the cost of living. I mean, my wife, they've lost over 4 nurses in their little office here in the last 6 months. So that hour wait just turned into 2. And they're getting burnt out because people are upset, rightfully so. So hopefully we can get to the bottom of this by keeping you guys from falling, and myself and everyone else. And on that note, welcome to FGCU Academy and FGCU Academy Online and Balance University Online. My name is Chris Williams. I am the author of Balance University, the creator, and also I'm going to be your instructor today. So what I want to do is make sure you guys have something stable to hold on to, like a chair. We will be getting up. We will be getting behind our chair. We'll be moving this chair back and forth. That is on purpose because that's just extra muscular stimulation. That's extra movement. So it is the task is a bit tedious. It does have a purpose. Also, I want to make sure you're breathing. Right? We all want to make sure we're breathing. There will be certain times where I'll instruct you to breathe in a certain way. Other than that, just breathe normal. Don't hold your breath. Okay? You want to always keep your knees bent, and I'll give you plenty of instruction. All right? Online, can you hear me okay? Thumbs up? Okay, good. And what I want to do, make sure online you mute your mics. If you'll scroll over the bottom left hand of your screen, you'll see a microphone and a camera. If you'll just click that microphone, you'll see a red slash come across that microphone. That means you're muted. That means we cannot hear you, but you can still hear me. All right? Now, Balance University is comprised of 4 pillars. Strength, posture, flexibility, and then, of course, balance. The 4 pillars are absolutely necessary in order to help improve our balance, right? We have our eyes and ears, our vestibular system, which is responsible for over 50% of our balance. The rest of it is going to come from our feet, our mechanoreceptors, and our proprioceptors, and we'll get into that as classes go on, right? But what we're going to do here in class is we're going to make sure we have strong legs, proper posture. We're going to make sure the feet and the brain are communicating effectively. And also we want to make sure that we have that work that we put in, that balance work, to create that neuromuscular efficiency. And those are just big fancy words I like to use so you guys think I know what I'm talking about. All right? We'll stop class. It's a small class, so it's a bit informal. If you have any questions, just raise your hand and we'll stop and answer. Chances are someone else has the same question. Our goals in Balance University is keep you strong, mobile, and independent for as long as possible, right? Most of the people I see, they want to live out their lives in their homes. When folks start falling, we have family members, friends that begin to push folks into the CCRCs, right? Continuing care retirement communities. great places to be. Some folks would rather stay at home. And so what we want to do, our goal is to give you the tools to do that. And with that said, any questions? Any questions over last week's workout, handout, worksheet, exercises? Okay. Topics? Good. Any questions? No. So today, as I had mentioned earlier, 1 in 4 Americans over the age of 65 will fall every year. Did you know every 11 seconds, someone is treated in the ER for a fall-related injury? What I come across a lot, what I see, and I'm just going to talk, and I'll do this every class, we'll cover a topic, we're going to empower you with information. What I come across a lot in our aging community that is an absolute factor in falls, and we may not contribute falls to this factor, is depression. Depression is a huge factor when it comes to falls. In fact, there was a pretty alarming statistic I found. There was a study that had come out, and it said, this study stated that depression is a greater indicator of falls for those 60 and older versus age. How about that? Now remember, all sources are available at mybalanceuniversity.com. Go there, check it out yourself. Depression is a greater indicator of falls for those 60 and older versus age. That was tremendous. And so what is depression? Let's define it. Depression is a serious mood disorder. It can affect the way you feel, act, and think. It's also a common problem among older adults. Clinical depression is not a normal part of aging. However, if you've experienced depression as a younger person, you may be more likely to have a depression as an adult. Research has shown factors that are related and put you at a higher risk of depression, but not necessarily cause depression. Medical conditions such as stroke and cancer, genetics, stress, sleep problems. Here's a big one, and one we will talk about a lot. Social isolation and loneliness. And what did we just go through with the lockdowns, right? There was a lot of people that withdrew. Maybe they didn't want to, but needed to, right? We didn't have a choice. So that social isolation is going to be a big deal moving forward for us and pulling people back out into society. We'll talk about some studies too that note social isolation. Socialization is a novel event like exercise, right? Novel events create BDNF in the brain. What that is a neurotrophin. It's very important to the way the signals work in the brain, the way the neurotransmitters run across. We're not going to get deep into the science, but trust me on that. We'll talk more about that later, right? Social isolation is closely linked to depression and falls late in life and is very common among our seniors. Results from this study, right? This is from the National Institute of Health. Results indicate that the likelihood of seniors living alone and reporting depression is the highest among those 80 and older. Conversely, the odds of depressed seniors reporting falls is the greatest among those that are 60 to 69. That was a little surprising, right? So, a recent publication from the National Academy of Science underscored the prevalence of social isolation among adults and older adults in the U.S., while adverse health outcomes associated with social isolation of the elderly have been documented for decades. Lockdowns, physical distancing during COVID-19 are shining an intense spotlight on this topic. Social isolation is closely linked to depression and falls in late life and are common among seniors. Now, I'm not going to read this whole thing. That's just, we're going to cover it. If you want more, you guys are more than welcome to go through and pull this up. Remember, all sources are available at mybalanceuniversity.com. But here's the thing. If you go through to the YouTube channel, I want you to go find an interview I did with Dr. Kahn. Research tells us that most seniors who have a significant fall, break a hip, break a femur, a shoulder, their mortality rate decreases, and they're usually gone in 2 to 5 years. That's the study. That's the research. Dr. Kahn, who is in practice and has been in practice in Naples for over a decade, tells me in this interview, he sees folks pass away after 3 to 6 months. That was surprising. So I want you guys to go through, check this out. There's a lot of great numbers in there. I don't want to spend too much time on this. I want to get to work. There was one other quick note I wanted to make. Okay, Depression has many symptoms, right? Let's just talk about the symptoms really quick. I'm going to arm you with some ammo here. Persistent sad or being anxious, loss of interest in pleasure or hobbies, hopelessness, pessimism, worthlessness. This is where volunteering is such a great thing. Decreased energy and fatigue, difficulty concentrating, difficulty sleeping, lower appetite, restlessness, irritability. Okay? Yeah, that's a lot. And coincidentally, there was research done. This was done. The literature it was in is a book called Spark. All right, it's a great book. It's by Dr. Rady. It was a fantastic book. Anybody that that has Parkinson's or maybe Alzheimer's, any type of neurological disease, I would strongly recommend you read this book. Or if you know someone, I would hope you would recommend this to them. What research had found, and it was stated in this book, and I'm not going to say it because I can't recall it exactly, but I do remember the statistic. Exercise and resistance training were as effective as Zoloft at aiding anxiousness and depression. So take that to the bank, all right? Now, let's go ahead. Let's get up on our feet. Let's get behind our chairs. I'm going to stand behind my chair, so you guys get a better look at my feet and and the way I'm presenting these exercises. All right. Good. All right, we're going to start with our assessment. So let's start with our feet hip width apart, okay? I want your hands on your chair here. All right, we're going to be closing our eyes, okay? So I want you to be very careful, be very safe. Feet hip width apart, knees slightly bent, shoulders back, core tight, smiles, eyes closed. We're going to hold this position for 15 seconds. If you feel comfortable and confident, you can raise your hand an inch or two above that chair. All right, if you feel like you're swaying like a tree in the wind, you can keep your hands on the chair, maybe just 1 or 2 fingers. Good. And 3, 2, 1, and time. Good. Now we're just going to simply bring our feet as close together as possible, okay? We've got our hands on our chair. All right, same drill, core tight, shoulders back, knees bent, hands on the chair, eyes closed. Good. Holding this position for 15 seconds. If you feel comfortable and confident, you can raise those hands above that chair. All right, maybe you just need 1 or 2 fingers. Very good. And 3, 2, 1, and time. Very good. Now let's go ahead and bring our chair to the left side of us, okay? I want that chair just like I'm standing now. You'll be opposite of me. I want it on your left side, okay? So you'll have that chair turned to the side, and you'll just turn it. You got it. Facing me. We're going to stand on 1 foot, okay? There's a process. What I want you to do, first time we do this, we're going to do it with our eyes open, okay? So let's shift our weight to our left foot. Bend your knee. I want the heel of your right foot in the air. Okay, and we're just going to raise that right foot ever so slightly, about an inch or 2. Keep it close to the ground. Okay, if you feel comfortable and confident, you can raise that hand. If you don't feel confident, keep that hand on the chair. Right? Maybe you need 1 or 2 fingers. If you can, try to keep that foot in the air. So if that means you have to hold on to the chair, I'm okay with that. And time. Good. Now, we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to close our eyes. So, there's a process in the way that we determine if this is safe enough for us, okay? The way we're going to do this, listen to the verbal cues, okay? Everyone, shift your weight to your left foot. Bring your right heel into the air, okay? Now, your toes should be on the ground. I want you to close your eyes. If in this position you're swaying like a tree in the wind, you're going to stay right here. If you feel comfortable and confident, you're going to go ahead and lift that right foot up ever so slightly. Ever so slight. Keep it close. Be safe. That's it. Hang on to that chair if you need to. Good. And 3, 2, 1, and time. Well done. Well done. Let's turn that chair. Let's flip it around to the other side. We're going to flip our chair to the other side. All right. And we're going to do the same thing here, okay? We're going to do the same thing. First time is going to be with our eyes open, all right? So here's what I want you to do. Find something in front of you to focus on, right? A focal point, okay? So we're going to shift our weight to our right foot, bend that right knee. That left leg is just going to come right up into the air. Keep it close. Time begins now. All right, find something to focus on. If you need 1 or 2 fingers, that's fine. I would much rather you hold on and keep the foot in the air so the signals are uninterrupted going between the brain and that foot. And 3, 2, 1, time. Same thing, this time with the eyes closed. Same verbal cues here, okay? We're going to shift our weight to our right foot, left heel in the air. Bend your knee, close your eyes. Your toes should still be on the ground. Toes should still be on the ground. Get your bearings. If you're swaying like a tree in the wind, stay here. Ready? If you feel comfortable and confident, let's lift that left foot up in the air. Keep it close to the ground. That's it. Hang on to that chair if you need it. That's it. Good. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Eyes open. Let's go ahead and turn our chairs back to start position here. We're going to go ahead and have a seat. Well done. Grab a shot of water if you need it. Those exercises right there are our assessments. We will be doing those at the beginning of every class. The reason we do those is in order to gauge our progress. It's important that we get better. I'm not one of those people that just say, yeah, we all got better. I want to know and see that you're getting better. It's not enough for it to be anecdotal, right? I need empirical evidence. I need you to tell me, Chris, I'm getting better, or Chris, I'm not getting better. Because if you're not, if your balance is not improving, maybe there's something that we can adjust to ensure that you improve each week, okay? And you're going to have homework. In our sheets, we have highlighted exercises, okay? And those highlighted exercises are going to give you the most value for your time. You see these highlighted exercises here? They're going to give you the most value for your time. That is in your email after class. Print that out. And I know we're all busy, but if you will just invest a little bit of time in doing those exercises a couple of times a day, you will improve your balance rapidly. Okay? All right. First thing we're going to do, any questions so far? Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with a mile. So I'm going to need everyone to get up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Relax. Breathe. All right. Just kidding. Just a joke. All right. First thing we're going to do is we're going to start at the edge of our chair, right? Probably at the middle, maybe more at the middle of our chair. We're going to sit nice and tall. It's okay if you grab underneath your chair, and I want you to take both legs and straighten them out in front of you. You're going to hold them there, all right? You feel your core engaging, nice and tall. We're going to bring our feet right back underneath us. That's it. We're going to go up, hold, and down. Good. And 3, hold it, and down, and 4, good, and down, 5, and down, 6, and down, 7, hold, good, and down, and 8, and down, 9, that's it, 3 more, 10, good, 11, that's it, last one, 12, and down, good. That little pause makes a huge difference, right? There's different contractions. The muscles respond to different contractions. So when I bring my legs up, there's a response. When I hold, there's a different response. And as I bring them down slowly, there is a third response. What we're doing is we're utilizing all those contractions. That's why the pause, okay? All right, let's have everyone stand. We're going to bring our chair to the left side of us, okay? There's going to be a lot of standing, a lot of moving, a lot of chair moving. Okay, that is by design. We're going to put the chair on the left side of us. We're just going to turn that chair. There you go. And so what we're going to do here, let me demonstrate, and then you can follow. We're going to shift our weight to our left foot. We're going to bring our right foot out and pause, and then bring it right back in. If you can, try to keep that foot in the air, okay? Make sure your knees bent. So instead of going out, coming in and putting it on the ground, try to keep it in the air if you can, okay? So we're gonna go out, pause, and in. And out, hold, and in. Good, good. Keep a nice neutral spine. You don't want any lean in there, and in. Trying to keep that foot in the air if you can. It's a little challenging. Good. Shoulders back. Find you a focal point. Find something to focus on in front of you. Good. Nice and slow. Out and in. That's it. Good. Perfect. If you can let go. If you feel confident, you feel comfortable. Maybe you use 1 or 2 fingers. That's it. Good. We're going to do 2 more. And in. Last one. And in. Very good. Let's rotate our chair to the other side. You will feel that lower leg working. That's what we're after. Right? All those muscles in the lower leg there, burning. They're working. We're pushing them to their limits, right? That's our first line of defense against the fall. That's the first area that hits the ground, our foot, right? Hopefully. All right, let's shift our weight to the right leg. Bend that knee, core tight, shoulders back. Left leg in the air. We're going to go out, pause, and in. Good. And 2. And in. Now, by now, you may have noticed you're better on one side versus the other. That's quite normal. Good. And I'll give you an explanation for that here in just a second. We're going to take a water break, and while you do that, I'll explain. Good. Nice and smooth. Remember, try not to lean one way or the other. Keep a nice neutral spine. Knee slightly bent. Find a focal point. That's it. Good. We're going out and in. That's it. 4 more. 1. Good. 2. If you can use 1 or 2 fingers. If you're confident enough, you can raise that hand up. Good. 3. Last one for good luck. And 4. And rest. Good job. All right, back to our chairs. You're going to bring the chair back to start position. Grab the water. So why are we better on one side than the other? Well, today I want you to do an experiment. You're going to do some research for me, okay? I want you to people watch today, right? How many of you like to sit on a bench and just take in the sights and the sounds and just watch folks move about in their daily lives? It's pretty interesting. Me and my son, we play a game of what people are talking about, you know? Like, it gets pretty interesting, but it gets pretty funny. You know, so what I want you to do is watch folks, okay? Now, I don't want you to be weird about it, all right? I don't want you going around and then going into, hey, my instructor at Balance University had told me to watch you. Wait, what? So this is what I want. I just want you to notice how people stand in casual conversation. How many people do you know stand with their weight split evenly, 50-50? It's rare. Most folks will shift one side or the other. So think about this. How much body weight do I have on my right foot? Probably 80%, 70% of my body weight. So think about all the signals that travel from my foot to my brain in order to keep me in this position. Think about all those muscles that have to work to keep me in this position. Which side of my body is doing more work right now? The right or the left? The right. So it's not a great leap for me to pick this left foot up and give it the other 30%, 20%, whatever the case may be. However, if I go the other way, that is a big jump. Does that make sense? I just made that up. I'm just kidding. But that is the process. Now, there's a lot that goes on in our brains when it comes to balance, and Balance University is unique because we take a brain-first approach, right? And we'll get into that. We'll get into the BDNF. We'll get into the neurotrophins, the neurotransmitters, norepinephrine. You guys are familiar with that. If you have anyone that has Alzheimer's, you're familiar with those neurotransmitters. And we'll talk about that next week. We'll go into the neurological diseases and the impacts of that on balance. Exercise is one of the best things you can do. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do those 2 exercises again. This is our strength pillar. So what we're doing here is we're strengthening. These exercises are targeted at strengthening our body, okay? So we're going to be in the middle of our chair, nice and tall, holding our hands. We're going to go out in front of us, hold. Remember that pause? And then we're down. Good. And 2. That's it. And 3. Good. And 4. That's it. Now, and 5. We have people in here with varying abilities and exercise abilities. If you feel that maybe when we get to 8, you're really tired and really fatigued and you need to take a break, feel free to do so. You do not have to try to keep up, especially if this is your first class. Good. That's it. Coming up, hold, and down. And when you hold, I want you to really squeeze those muscles there. That's it. Squeeze those legs. Good. 3 more. 1. Good. And 2. That's it. And 3. Good. And relax. Well done. All right, we're going to stand. Yes, ma'am?
Is it better the longer you hold, you stay in this position?
What it is,
affect it one way or the other?
it does. That is what's called an isometric contraction. The length of time, eventually you'll fatigue and your legs will drop. So we're just going to hold it for maybe 2 to 3 seconds and utilize that contraction. It's kind of like holding a baby, and then go back down. But yes, you can hold it there for as long as you can. You know, and that may be 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Yeah. But for us, the target is about 2 to 3 seconds. That's where we're going to utilize the most. Okay, chair on the left side. Good. Nice and tall. Core tight. I want you to find a focal point in front of you. We're going to lean our weight. We're going to shift our weight to the left foot. Okay, remember, eyes open, knees slightly bent. We're going to come out, pause, and in. Now remember, try to keep your foot in the air if you can, okay? Keep a nice neutral spine, and in, so, and out. I don't want to see anybody's foot way out here. That's it. And out, hold, and in. That's it. Good. If you feel comfortable and confident, you can raise that hand off that chair, maybe 1 or 2 fingers. Yeah, good. That's it. Well done. Good. Oh, good. Oh, good. Here, 4 more. 1. Nice and smooth. 2. 3. And 4. Good. Let's rotate to the other side. Good, good. Like a cat. Nice and tall. Let's shift our weight to the right foot. Knee slightly bent. We're going to go out to the side and in. Good. Nice and slow. 2. Perfect. 3. Good. And 4. Again. Find your focal point. Keep your knee slightly bent. 5. If you can raise your hand off that chair if you feel comfortable and confident. That's it. 8. Good. Good. 10. 2 more. 11. Last one is 12. And relax. Good, good. Go ahead and have a seat for me. You should feel, how many of you feel the lower leg that you're standing on really starting to burn a little bit? You feel it working. You feel those muscles working. Right. You should. You should. What's happening is if you're not feeling those muscles working, you may be relying on the chair a little too much. Because as I stand on one foot, even me, you see how my foot is moving? Think about all those muscles that are having to work between my brain and my foot to keep me erect. So what happens is if I'm not allowing that to take place, if I'm just holding on to my chair, now look at my foot. Does that make sense? What we want to do is we want to strengthen that lower leg. The reason for that is when we walk, our foot and ankle is what stabilizes the rest of the body right off the bat. How many of you have stepped on an uneven surface or stepped in a hole and gone down? Right? The first thing that happens, right, it happens to all of us. I'm sure we've all done that at one point or another. But what happens is that our lower leg, if it's not strong enough to stabilize that ankle, to stabilize from the get-go, we're going to fall like a house of cards. So by doing exercises that focus solely on strengthening that lower part of the leg, then what we're doing is we're creating a strong foundation, right? Does that make sense? Okay, good, good. Any questions over the strength pillar? Nothing? Online? All good? All right, here we go. We're going to move into our posture pillar. First thing we're going to do is, again, we'll stand and we'll move that chair to the left side. All right. Now, first thing I want to do is we're going to go what's called off script, okay? This is just an exercise that I've thrown in there on the fly. I want you to take your feet hip width apart, okay? Get a good solid base. Really get a good solid base there, all right? You're going to take your hands and you're going to put them over your head. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to squat down. We're going to stick our bottom out and we're going to squat down. Now, in this position, I'm going to push my arms back. Push them back. And then I'm going to rise up. You should feel that lower back, those legs really firing, okay? Here we go. We're going to go down, stick that bottom out. Now push those arms back. Hold and up. That's it. Get your nose over your toes there. And we're down and push back. Good. And up. Very good. And down, you'll feel your weight shift to your heels and push back. Good, hold, and up. Your back should be nice and arched. And down, weight is on our heels and push back. Good, and up. We're going to do 3 more. And down, push back, that's it. And up, and down. Yeah, this is tough. And push back. This is called the founder's exercise. And up, last one. We're down, push back, and rest. That exercise right there is the plank version if you were standing. A lot of times you'll go into a physician's office, people will go in complaining of back pain, barring fractures, pinched nerves, bulging discs. What they should tell you, what a lot of physicians will tell you, is plank, right? Everyone know the plank? Where we're down, right, we're planking here, or you're down on your forearms. What that does is that forces your core to fire. They call it a plank because you should be able to put a plank on your back. It hits your shoulders, your bottom, and your ankles. That's all it should touch. Most people don't like to get on the ground or can't get on the ground and they have trouble getting up, right? So this founder's exercise is a great way to strengthen those same muscles, okay? Called the founder's exercise. You'll see it on your sheet. Next exercise, we're going to move our left foot forward. All right, this is called our balanced position of confidence. Our balanced position of confidence here, okay? We're going to bring our hands out in front of us. We're going to turn our palms to the sky. We're going to open. And when we open, I want you to push back. Good, push back. And come right back in. Now, find some stability in that stance. Good, that's it. I want you to be about 90% confident in your position. You're not going to fall. When you push, I want you to push back. Stretch that chest out. Good. We're going to come together. Touch your pinkies. And push. Push, push. That's it. Good. And push. Well done. That's it. We're going to do 4 more. Nice and smooth. Keeping those palms to the sky. Knees slightly bent. Your weight should be split evenly, 50-50. Good. 2 more. Keep that head back. You don't want that head to jut forward. That's it. Last one. Out, out, out. Well done. And relax. Good. Very good. Next exercise we're going to do, this is for our posture. You can feel those muscles in the back of your shoulders. What we're attacking there is we're attacking the posterior delt, the traps, teres major minor, all those muscles back there, right? Why? Well, muscle weighs more than fat, right? We've all heard that. So that tells us muscle's heavy. Muscle also, when we build that muscle, it's going to pull our shoulders back and act like an anchor, right? I don't think you'll be walking around like this because you got such big muscles. But what it will do is it will help you to keep your posture in the proper position. That is important because it keeps our balance center of mass where it was designed to be versus this. We see a lot of that in the older and the younger generations. We're getting what's called cell phone neck in the younger generations. You're starting to see a little bit in the aging population too. You know what that's from? Looking down at your cell phone. We're losing that lordotic curve in our spine, in that cervical spine. So how should you text on your phone? Eye level. Get your phone up. That's going to help preserve that lordotic curve, keep you out of a lot of pain. Okay? So, this next exercise, kind of goofy. Hang with me. We're going to be on the left side, right? We've got it there. We'll just keep it there. We're going to shift our weight to our right foot. We're going to take our hand over our head, and we're going to shift our left foot forward, right hand down, and then back. So we're working contralateral or opposite, okay? You've got the chair there if you need it. Come down and forward and back. That's it. Try to keep that foot in the air if you can. And down. That's it. Everyone together. Good. And back. You'll feel your body weight shift. You'll feel that weight shift on your foot from the heel to the ball of your feet. Ball of your foot, rather. Good. That's it. Nice and slow. Good. Left foot goes forward. Right hands come down. 2 more. Knee slightly bent. Don't forget to bend that knee. And down. And rest. Well done. Let's rotate. Good. Same song and dance. This is what we call Riverside where I'm from. All right, we're going to shift our weight to our right foot. To our left foot. Right foot is in the air. Left hand is above us. And let's begin. Right foot forward, left hand down, and then back. Nice and slow. Hold on if you need to. Try to keep that foot in the air. That's it. Excuse me. That's it. Good. You'll feel that weight shift on your foot. Good. Good, Michelle. Good, Martha. Keep that foot in the air. That's it. Good. Good. Oh, good, Marianne. Well done. That's it. Nice and back. 3 more. 1. Good. 2. Good. In the back. Well done. 3. And rest. Awesome. Let's just keep the chair right where it's at, okay? We're going to take our right foot forward. If you need to take a break, please feel free to sit down, okay? We're catering to varying abilities. If you need to sit, take a break. Right foot forward in our balanced position of confidence. Chest up, chin up. Again, same thing we did prior to the contralateral. We're going to be taking our hands out in front of us. Palms to the sky. Bend your knees. Core tight. Shoulders back, head back. We're going to open. Push back, back, back. And come together. Good, good, good. You want to be about 90% confident in this position. You want a little instability. You want to be a little off base, but not a lot. Good. Push back, stretch that chest out. Well done. Your weight should be split 50-50. Good. Nice and smooth. Yeah, that's it. Really get those arms back. Stretch that chest out. Good. And push, push. You want to keep those arms about shoulder height, right? Try not to let them drop. Good. Push. We're going to do 3 more. That's it. 5. And 4. Maybe it's still early. 3. Good. And 2. Last time. I really want you to push right here. 1. Push, stretch, and relax. Awesome. All right. Take a little break, right? We're going to take about 20 seconds, okay? Take about 20 seconds. Grab a shot of water if you need it. Any questions? Yeah, some of these, a lot of times, working in the homes with folks, I just had this happen the other day. Guy says, well, where are we going to do this? And I said, well, we're going to do it in your house, right? And usually if I'm going in home, there's a lot of variables, right? Neurological issues, a lot of different things. And I said, we're going to do it here. Well, you got all the equipment? I said, yeah, I have a backpack. Oh, well, all right, whatever. I could see the look on his face, right? I showed up and I knew my goal is not to try to impress people with how hard I can make you work out. That's not helpful for anyone. But we just went through a couple of exercises, and after a couple of these, he was, I'm going to take a break. Is that all right? I said, yeah, yes, sir. And he goes, man, he finally admitted, he goes, when you said you had a backpack, I didn't know what kind of workout we would get, but we sure did. And you might feel that here with some of these exercises. They may look simple, but once we get into it, boy, it can really put you through the ringer, okay? All right, so here we go. Let's have everyone stand if you're ready. If you need a little more time, feel free. We've got our chair right there on the right side. We're going to shift our body weight to the left foot, okay? Shift to the left foot, right foot in the air. We've got our left hand, all right? We're going to go forward with the right foot and down with the left hand. I know it's a little goofy. That's it. Bend that knee. Good. Nice and easy. I'm going to try to lower my voice because we have another class going on. Sometimes I have a tendency to really get excited and talk loud. Good. Nice and easy. Slow. That's it. Find a focal point. Good. You'll feel that weight shift. Good. Use that foot as you need, right? I just had to put my foot down. I lost my balance a little bit. I just had to use my foot. 2 more. That's it. Last one. And down. Good. Let's switch our chair. Let's switch our chair to the other side. Good. Same thing. We're going to shift our body weight to our right foot. Left foot is in the air. Right hand is in the air. Bend your knee. Find your focal point. And let's begin. Left foot goes forward. And up. Good. And once you settle into the movement, if you feel comfortable and confident, you can use 1 or 2 fingers. If you feel efficient enough, you can take that hand, but keep it close to that chair. Nice and slow. That's it. Remember, keep that knee slightly bent. Good. Going forward, nice and easy. Coming back. Well done. Good. Awesome. Good. That's it. 3 more. There you go. 2. Last one. 3. And rest. Well done. Let's take a break. Let's have a seat. Great job. Good. Typically, I run about 5 minutes late. If you need to go on time, that's perfectly fine. I understand, especially on the first day of a new series of classes, getting the movements down, the explanations. Once you understand the way I teach and the movements, classes go a little bit faster, but just think of it this way, you're getting more for your money. So, any questions so far? Everyone feel pretty comfortable? Okay. Any surprises? Most people do not realize their balance is bad until they have a fall. And unfortunately, that's a little too late. Most folks will fall and have a break, a hip or a femur, shoulder, something like that. What we want to do is we want to get to you before that occurs, right? So if you look at the cycle, okay, let's look at it like a cycle. You're at home, you fall. From that fall, you go where? To the hospital. Maybe you go to surgery, maybe you don't. Either way, you typically end up in rehab, right? Physical therapy, occupational therapy, what have you. From therapy, you usually go home and they give you a sheet of exercises, and then you put it on the table and look at it. And then we are back home, and hopefully we don't fall again. Most of the time it occurs, right? You remember the statistics. You're twice as likely to fall again if you've had the first fall. What we're going to do here, this class, this exercise, it inserts right there between the next fall and the hospital visit, because we don't want that hospital visit to come, right? And I'll bring this up too next week, but balance-specific exercises, I believe it was 38% more effective than Tai Chi. Let me be very careful here, all right? Let me make sure I'm clear. Tai Chi is fantastic. It is fantastic. Tai Chi has a lot of other things involved. It is not just specifically focused on balance. It's focused on mobility. It's focused on posture. It's focused on strengthening your body. I love Tai Chi. Does everyone understand? There's nothing against Tai Chi. But when it comes up in the research, when we're talking about improving balance, these exercises that we're doing over and over and over again are specifically designed to either strengthen and improve our balance, improve our posture, and improve our balance. They are specifically targeted. Does that make sense? I don't want anybody in here, if you're doing Tai Chi, I want you to keep doing it because it is going to help you, okay? It's going to help you stay active. But balance-specific movements are more effective in helping us keep our balance and improve our balance, all right? Flexibility pillar. This is my favorite because we get to sit down. All right, we're going to sit. I would like for you to slide to about the middle of your chair. We're going to sit nice and tall. Let's take our left leg and we're going to extend our left leg out in front of us. Okay, trying to get to where you guys can see my feet online. Let's take both hands and we're just going to slide down and we're going to stretch that leg. We're going to slide down. That's it. You can keep that leg on the floor. There you go. Good. All right. You should feel a pull in the back of your leg. It's okay if your knee's slightly bent. It's okay if your toe's pointing straight out or if it's pointing up. That's okay. As long as you're feeling a pull in the back of the leg, you're doing it right. Okay. Some of us may feel it in our calf and our lower leg. Some of us may feel it behind our knee. Some of us may feel it in our hamstring. All right. It just depends what muscle is the tightest. We're going to hold this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Good. Now let's alternate. Let's stick our right foot out there. Okay, we're going to bring our left foot in. Same thing. We're going to take both hands and we're going to slide down that right leg. Okay, and what we're doing is we're stretching our muscles because it is important that these muscles are able to operate throughout their full range of motion. A lot of times as we age, as we work out, those muscles become restricted. They become tight. And they're not able to function through their full range of motion. Good. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Good. Now, let's bring our feet in. Okay, we're still sitting about halfway in our chair, maybe to the edge. We're going to take both hands and we're just going to reach to the floor. Be careful, you don't want to sit so far at the edge of the chair you fall out. So we're just going to go down. All right, if you can, touch the floor. If not, that's okay. If you get lightheaded, I want you to come up immediately, okay? Good. Good. That's it. Good. Head down. That's it. And now if you can touch the floor easily, I want you to kind of move your hands backwards, back underneath you. That's it. Good. Really get a good stretch there. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Good, good, good. Now we're going to come up. I want you to scoot back in your chair. I want you to try to keep your back away from the chair, okay? Can you see that? Keep your back away from the chair there, but we're all the way back in our chair, okay? I want you to take your right hand and grab underneath your chair. You're going to take your left hand and cross your stomach. Now, we're going to lean to the left, right? Yes, perfect. Okay, so I've got my hand and I'm going to lean. I want you to look to the left. I want you to look up. I want you to look down. You should feel a stretch in that neck, maybe the shoulder of the arm. This is what we call a self-cervical stretch. I like this stretch because it helps keep a nice, healthy sternocleidomastoid. That's the neck muscle. Funky name. Good. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. This exercise is important because it helps us have the ability, the range of motion to identify obstacles as we walk. It increases our field of vision. Not only that, but when we drive, right? And I know that driving has nothing to do with balance. However, many, many people that I work with and have worked with over the last decade, staying at home and being independent is one of the goals. In order to do that, being able to drive is a major part of that equation. So that's another reason we do this and incorporate this in class, okay? So here we go. Now we'll take our left hand. All right, our left hand under our chair there. Okay, we're going to take our right hand across our stomachs, and we're going to lean and look to the right. You're going to look up. I want you to look down. I want you to find the place you feel that stretch the most and hold. Good. And you don't want to kill it. You want a nice, comfortable stretch. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Good. Good, good. How many of you watch TV? So, right? And so what I want to do is encourage you to stretch while you watch TV, right? Even if you just held for 15, 20 seconds one side and then the other, right? It would be greatly beneficial because when we sit down, those muscles in the back of our legs, they tighten. Think about if we were to add up all the hours you've sat in your lifetime. Are we talking days, weeks, months? What happens is every time we sit, these muscles in the back of our legs tighten. How does that impact our balance? Let me show you. First thing it's going to do is impact your gait because tight muscles, like a tight mooring line, right? It's going to restrict movement, like a mooring line restricts a boat from moving. Tight muscles will restrict our legs from being able to reach out and have a full, healthy gait. Does that make sense? When that happens, it changes our gait pattern, which can affect our balance. Okay? Any questions? That makes sense? All right, let's rock and roll. Let's get into our balance pillar. So I'm going to have, if you would like, grab a shot of water, and we're going to stand. We're going to move the chair to our left side. We'll move the chair to the left side. Perfect. Man, we're rocking and rolling today. You guys are so good. We've been so efficient. Uh-oh. Okay, here we go. Let me demonstrate. First, this is our balance pillar, right? So we've done strength, we've done posture with the arm swinging, we've done our flexibility. Now we're in our balance pillar. All 4 of these pillars are extremely important to help us improve our balance. First thing we're going to do in our balance pillar, there are 4 exercises in this pillar. First one is we're going to shift our weight, okay? You're going to bring your right leg up as high as you can. You don't want it any higher than parallel to the ground, right? And you're actually going to try to extend, pull back, and down. If you can, try not to put that foot back on the ground. If you need to, maybe it's first time in class, or maybe your balance is just not good, maybe your legs are a little tired, go ahead and put that leg on the ground, right? Okay, here we go. Nice and tall. I want you to find your focal point. Let's shift our weight to our left foot, bend that knee, core tight. We're going to come up. We're going to go out, in, and down. Right now, you make the decision. Do you put it down or keep it in the air? Here we go. We're 2, out, in, and down. Perfect. And 3, out, in, and down. Good. And 4, out, in, and down. That's it. And 5, nice and smooth. Out, in, and down. Good. And 6. That's it. And 7. Out, in, and down. Now keep that nose forward. You don't want to find yourself in a position where you're leaning back. Stay engaged. Good. And rest. Whew. You feel that lower leg going? Yeah, that's good. Let's rotate our chair. Good, good. Same thing. This time we're just doing it on the opposite leg, okay? So let's shift our weight. Bend your knee, core tight, shoulders back. Find your focal point, and let's begin. We're going to come up. We're going to go out, in, and down. Good. And up, out, in, and down. That's it. And up. Good. And now that's it. Good. Very good. Nice and slow. You want to stay in control. Good. And up. out, in, and down. Bend that knee. That's it. And if you feel confident, you can go to 1 or 2 fingers. If you're feeling super confident, really efficient, try not to hold on. And down. Good. Up. 2 more. Out, in, and down. Last time. Up, out, in, and down. Shake it out. Good, good. That's good stuff. All right. We're going to keep the chair right where it's at. This next exercise, how many of you have chopped wood in your life? Yeah, I've done quite a bit of that. We're going to chop wood here in class, or at least we're going to imitate it, okay? And the way we're going to do this is we're going to balance on our left foot, okay? Our right foot is in the air. Now, there's 2 ways we can do this. We can do this with both hands moving diagonally across our body, or we can use our left hand and hold with the right to move diagonally from shoulder to hip, okay? And we're going to go from shoulder to hip. You got it. Okay, so here we go. Let's shift our weight to our left foot, right foot in the air. You're going to take one or both hands over your left shoulder. We're going to move to the right hip, going back and forth. That's it. Maybe do it a couple of times, holding on, get your bearings. We're going to be doing this a few more times as classes come up in the future, so you'll get another shot at it. Good, but you'll notice as we do this, as time progresses, if you practice every day, you'll be able to do this here in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Nice and slow. Good. We're going to do 3 more. 1. Back and forth. Good. 2. Perfect. And 3. Shake that one out. Let's go ahead and rotate. Well done. Good, good. Again, same thing. We're going to shift our weight to our left foot. I'm sorry, our right foot. What am I thinking? Right foot. Our left foot is in the air. And this time our hands are over our right shoulder, moving to the left hip. That's it. Nice and slow. Find your focal point. Good. Keep that. There you go. You can keep that foot close to the ground, and that'll help you keep your balance. Remember, keep that knee bent. Good. From shoulder to hip. Perfect. Good. Shoulder to hip. That's it. Good. Good. Let's do 3 more. Let's go 1. That's it. And 2. Good, good, good. Last one, nice and slow. And 3. And rest. Good, let's shake it out. Let's take 15 seconds here. Go ahead and keep the chair.
So we're going to have to...
Yep, yes sir. Yep, we've got 4 minutes.
Yep.
So if you, just whenever you need to go. Okay, so now we're going to go. We're going to keep the chair on the left side. Keeping the chair on the left side. We're going to do what's called the trace D. Okay? Imagine you're on the beach. You're barefooted. You're going to trace a capital D with your toes. Okay? So what that looks like is I've got my knee slightly bent. That's right, my right leg in the air. I always like to start in the back. We're going to go from back to front and around. That's it. You want to keep it small at first. As you build your confidence, then you can start to get to those really big Ds. That's it. So we'll go back to front and around. Good. Nice and tall, core tight, and around. You got it. Back to front and around. Well done. To front. Good. That's it. 4 more. Back and around. That's it. Good. Keep that nose forward. Keep that foot close to the ground. That's it. 2 more. Back to front. Tracing that D in the sand with your toes. Good. And rest. Well done. Shake it out. We'll move to the other side. That's it. That's it. We're going to do the same thing. All right, same thing. We're going to shift our weight to our right foot. Nice and tall, core tight, shoulders back. We're going to go from back to front and around. You got it. And start small, the first couple, and then go ahead and move to bigger. What I don't want to do though is I don't want to move my torso, right? I want to make sure that I'm small enough, my D is small enough, I can stay stationary here. Good. Keep a nice neutral spine. Good. That's it. From back to front and around. Tracing that D. You got it. Back and around. Very good. To front and around. That's it. Let's do 4 more. Around. Very good. I tell you what, if I didn't know any better, we may give the Rockettes a run for their money. All we need is a little outfit.
A little.
Yeah, a little outfit. One more. Back to front and around. Well done. Shake it out. Very good. Well, here we go. Almost on time. How about that? Last thing we're going to do is we're going to balance on one foot for 60 seconds, okay? We will do this just like our assessments at the end of every class, okay? The goal is to see you get better. Again, if you're not improving, let me know. There's something going on that we need to change, okay? All right, here we go. We're going to keep our chair on the right side. Take a deep breath. Exhale, good. Shift your weight to your right foot. You're going to bend your knee. We're just simply standing on our right foot for 60 seconds. That's all we're doing here, okay? Ready? Right foot in the air. Time begins now. Find your focal point. You can use your hand. Good. Core tight. Remember to keep that knee slightly bent. That's it. Good. That's it. Good. 30 seconds have passed. Seconds have passed. That's it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Good. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Well done. Let's rotate. All right. Here we go. Nice and tall. We're going to find our focal point. Deep breath. Let's shift our weight to our left foot. Right foot in the air. Time begins now. Keep that knee slightly bent. Keep that core tight. Good. Shoulders back. Good. That's it. Use that chair as needed. Good. All right, here we go. Halfway there. 30 seconds have passed. That's it. Good. 40 seconds have passed. Great job. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Good. Go ahead and have a seat. Well done. All right. Any questions? Any questions online? Good. Any questions here in person? Good. I'll hang out if you have any comments or questions. I'll be available for you for the next 5 or 10 minutes after class. I want to thank everyone for being here. The goal here is for you to get something out of this. All right, I do appreciate you coming to FGCU Academy and being here on FGCU Academy Online and being a part of Balance University. Remember, second edition of Balance University Online is at mybalanceuniversity.com. I do have books for sale here. Please visit the website, mybalanceuniversity.com. It's a robust website with lots of resources and checklists, okay? So you guys remember your homework, your highlighted exercises, and make somebody smile, okay? Have a great weekend. Be safe, all right?
Enjoy the week.
Yes, sir. See you next Friday. Thank you very much. All right. Well done. Good job online.
Chris, what was that book you referenced in the beginning?
Spark.
That's the name of the book?
That's the name of the book. Yep. Yes, ma'am. It's been out